All right, this is the assessment level for Unit 2, Lesson 3, Headings and Lists. So, here is an article that the author has added a lot of content but didn't think anything about the structure. So, look through this, and you can certainly work with an elbow partner and decide what you think the structure should look like, and you can use headings, paragraphs, and lists. Okay, so let's take a look here. All right. Over here, big blob, hard to read. Over here, you can see how they have these separated, all right? And as I'm looking, you get a lot of freedom, but we certainly want this to be readable. Here are some suggestions. This first one, and by the way, all this content needs to be inside some kind of tag, so we got to make sure that you include everything in there. So since my pets is the title, I'm going to give that a big heading. Do you have to use H1? No. Use whatever you want. Now, this is probably just going to be a paragraph tag. I have 3 different pets, all right? Make sure you have an open and a close. All right, so here are the 3 pets. What do you want to do with these? Do you want them to be on different lines? Because I'll tell you right now, here's what's going to happen. Let's say we want to make a subheading here, maybe an H3. If I put one at the top before Lula and I put a closing one at the bottom, they're just going to run it all in one line. So here are some ideas. You could, and I'm just going to copy this. I'll put these in front of and in back of every single one of these. Now what it's done it's separated them. But it says they have 3. Do you want to number these? Do you want a bulleted list? It's kind of up to you if you want to do that. I'm going to put them, we're not like ranking them in order for any reason. So I think what I'm going to do is, add an unordered list here, and then you realize we have to make sure that I include these list tags as well in front of each item, as well as a closing one at the end. Okay, there's 1, there's 2, and finally there's 3. There you go. Now we're not done. Now we've got what appears to be a little paragraph here. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put this in right here. All right, so now we're kind of getting into this main content. You've got these categories separated out. Do you want to use another list again? You certainly can. Okay, this is what I would recommend. Ordered or an unordered tag and a closing or unordered list tag. Okay, so I started it here before Lula and I closed it after the paragraph for hamster. All right, what are we going to do for Lula? Do you want this to be the same size? Do you want it to be a little smaller than an H3? Do you want it to be a bullet point? Let's do this. Let's this time go. I'm going to do a list and maybe an H4. And at the end of Lula, I'll go another closing H4 and then a closing list tag like that. Okay. I'm going to do this same thing in front of the names Slowpoke and Hamster, and then I'll put the closing ones. I'm going to copy those, put that at the end of Slowpoke and Hamster. Okay. Looks like the only other thing we need to do is make sure that we get paragraph tags around this other content. Here we go. Whoopsies. Got to make sure I'm quicker on my shift key. All right, and then this is the last one. Cool. All right, now this is far easier to read than that big, ugly, blobby mess you had before. All right, good luck, and I'll let you know what to do on the challenge ones next.